Hey, welcome to this training. My name is Joey, and I'm super excited to have you on board. Look, make sure you've got a pen and paper ready to take some notes because we're going to be learning some pretty mind blowing stuff that I wish I knew like 10 years ago, right? So, cool, let's get started. Look, how would you like to boost your cash flow and make more money in your business with simple digital products that give you $100,000 launches time and time again? Just by using your own industry expertise. That's right, you can do it all without any of that complex techie stuff. And even if your business is a traditional offline business that doesn't have any online presence right now. Look, I'm super excited to welcome you on board our 100K industry expert masterclass for small business owners. If you've got a service business or a traditional brick and mortar business, this is a must watch piece of training for you, right? Because I'm going to show you the secret on how to create zero cost products that your current and your new customers are going to absolutely love. Now, before we dive into this training, I want you to know one thing, right? This is not a 90-minute webinar. So that's why I'm going to be going through this relatively quickly, okay? So I am going to make it kind of fast, but hopefully you can follow along. That's why you got to keep that pen and paper close, okay? So this is also not a webinar sales pitch, okay? We're not going to be selling anything inside this training. I'm only here to inform you about what we're currently working on and what you could be missing out on, right? Which I believe is a massive waste if you kind of skip out on this opportunity, because I think every offline business should be looking at this, especially right now and especially after the world has transferred to the digital era, right? Now, what you can definitely expect at the end of this training is an opportunity to get an application form, right? Now, what I mean by an application form is that you're going to have a chance to sign up for a free 100K digital product launch strategy session where one of our team will go through a process with you to see how you can utilize this strategy in your own business, specifically catered for your business, right? And you're also going to get a kind of like a roadmap that you can use to launch your first scalable digital product online. And you can get that on that free strategy session. But again, that's optional and it's completely up to you if you want to do that, right? Now, what I do know for certain is that if you do stay to the very end, you are going to get some immense value because I'm going to give you a free gift. And what that gift is access to a mini case study of one of our most successful launches where we went from zero to over $100,000 in sales with one single launch. And the strategies that we use to kind of make that happen is the same strategies that we have given to over 250,000 of our customers who are implementing really similar strategies. And I know that times have been tough recently, especially right now as we're transferring into a new economic crisis globally. I know that this is the time where I can actually give back to the community free of charge and help other business owners like yourself, because I've been in the position that you're potentially in right now. And this is an opportunity for me to give back to the community and give you something really cool that I know is going to help you out massively, right? So look, if you stay to the very end, you're going to get that free gift from me, okay? But look, before anything else, and if you're new to this kind of training and you've never seen me before or heard of me or all my companies before, let me introduce myself, right? So my name is Joey. I was born here in the UK. That's me in the middle right there with my little boy Ethan, who means the world to me. I know there's probably a bunch of people on here who've got kids, and I'm sure they mean the world to you too. And it's the reason why you work so hard in the first place, right? I can relate with that. That's me also on the left in our really cool office in Preston, which is in England, along with my two co-founders, David and Jamie. We started this business together back in 2015. And we built up a really cool office where we actually employ over 70 people in that business now. Okay, so pretty crazy. We've had a lot of growth over the years. Our company is Viddyoze. You can go and Google us. You can check us out on Trustpilot, whatever else. We are a legitimate business. We're not like other coaches and other people online who claim to have these really successful businesses. We are actually walking the walk and we talk the talk, right? So why am I even telling you all this stuff? Well, look, before all the successes that we had in life, I was in a really, really dark place, right? I used to be broke. I used to be super overweight, and I kind of hated myself, right? Because I was so kind of put down by other people, by people that didn't believe in me, and kind of like lacked a lot of that self-belief myself as well, right? And I really struggled to kind of get any traction in building a business in those early years. And at the time, I was actually working in a normal job. I actually worked a multiple number of jobs back in the day, normal 9 to 5s. And what I normally found was that I'd end up getting fired after 5 or 6 weeks because I just wasn't one of those people that could be employable, right? So I knew that one day I'm gonna have to start my own business because I can't work for anybody. So I ended up trying to take it into my own hands and started my own business, which ultimately failed, right? I actually failed time and time again in my early years as I was trying to make money with photography and videography businesses and lots of different types of things that I was trying to sell, but I just couldn't do it, right? I couldn't pick up any clients and things like that, and it was really difficult. And I tried a lot of different things to try and win customers and, get more leads in my business and pick up clients and that kind of thing. And, a lot of the things that I did was quite one-to-one work. I've done a lot of videography and photography. So I sold like a service-based business, right? Which I know a lot of people here might be doing as well. And, the problem with that is that you've got to pick up clients, and a lot of your eggs are really sitting in one basket, because if you don't pick a client up, it's like shit, you've got to work harder to go and get another client and whatever. And, it was really, really difficult. And, I was running out of money. I was trying to reinvest all of the money that I was making into advertising and new courses and learning and marketing and all that stuff, but nothing seemed to work. And I was losing a lot of confidence in the ability that I had to get new customers. And all of that just kind of, was putting a lot of pressure and a lot of stress on me, right? But then it wasn't until one thing happened that kind of changed everything. I discovered the world of digital products, and I stopped trading my time for money. Right, that's pretty much when my entire world changed. I stopped thinking about trying to go and do video shoots and photography and things like that for people. And I thought, well, what if I could exchange those skills into the digital world? Like, what would that mean for me? And fast forward 14 years, I've discovered the world of online marketing and, sharing my information online. In other words, building those zero cost products. And, I've managed to kind of build a very, very successful business. I've ended up doing multiple $100,000 launches by essentially teaching and showing people my speciality online, right? I just transferred my skills onto the internet. And the great thing is I was able to make all this money without having to trade my time for money, right? I didn't need any time to deliver the services that I was providing online. And that's what I want to show you today, right? I'm going to show you the 3 secrets on how you can take your traditional business and turn it into multiple 6-figure launches. So what are the ingredients for success, right? And why should you listen to me? Look, it's all great that it's all working for me, but how about you? How do you get your own digital product and package it up with your expertise and take your business to the next level? You can see here in one of the dashboards that we've done over $15 million in sales, right? In one of our analytics accounts. Now, obviously that's just one account, right? But, even if that was the only account that we had, would that kind of money be, meaningful to you? Would that kind of money be important in your life? Would that change and transform your business and transform your life, right? I'm pretty sure the answer is yes, right? And you're going to learn exactly how that was done with the 3 secrets on how to package up your expertise and sell it online, right? Now, look, the other thing here is that I've been mentored by some of the best marketers in the world, right? The best marketers in this industry. And that really is one of the biggest reasons for my success. All these people are successful icons when it comes to marketing, like Alex Jeffries on the left there. You got Tony Robbins in the middle, who is a fantastic personal development coach. And then, of course, Russell Brunson, who is a master digital marketer. I've invested into these guys and a lot of other people as well that I've learned from. And, I'm sure you've all heard that saying, don't reinvent the wheel. Well, that's exactly what I don't want for you, right? Like when I first started out, I was trying to figure everything out on my own, and it took me a tremendous amount of time and I wasted a lot of money. But eventually, when I started investing into the people that knew what they were talking about, I realized I don't need to reinvent the wheel, right? I just got to copy what other people are doing. I mean, these guys are doing 7 and 8 figures online. So that's essentially all I needed to do, was just model what they've done. And all of these guys have taught me, a tremendous amount of things. And one quick thing I want you to write down right here is this, is this lesson right here. Fast track your success by copying and modeling what others have done before you. Do not, I repeat, do not reinvent the wheel, because the most important part is that you don't have to do it on your own, right? You don't need to do this on your own. You don't need to figure this out on your own. The beauty of the internet and the beauty of being online is that there are people on there that have done incredible things. People, you can learn any skills online, right? That's the most amazing thing. But one of the problems is that you can get lost in the crowd. You can get lost in the noise. So when you find someone that knows what they're doing and you know that they've got proven results, those are the people that you want to spend your time with. Those are the people that you should be investing in, buying their programs, buying their learnings, because they've already done it. That's essentially why you should listen to me, right? I've been there before, and I've been where you are right now, and essentially I've surpassed a lot of the things that people are stuck with right now. I've helped over 250,000 customers do this online, and you can go and see these reviews for yourself online, right? If you go on Trustpilot, we've got over 1,000 reviews on Trustpilot with an average of 4.4, the rating, which is quite difficult to achieve. And we've got a lot of high-end clients that have hit multiple 5 and 6-figure launches with the methods that we're going to be teaching you and the stuff that we've taught them. And I truly believe that any small business owner like you can do exactly the same, right? There's nothing special about these people. There's nothing special about me, right? I just understood a really simple formula, which I'm going to give you, and that's essentially how we've managed to get these kinds of results. So look, what is the secret, right? What do all these people have in common? How do they go from low profit, struggling in their business, to paying monthly bills and paying their staff, to boosting their cash flow with multiple 6-figure launches, 0 product costs, and how do they do it so quickly? Well, look, I'm going to show you how that's done, right? And you're going to learn this one really simple concept, right? So this is the winning formula. A digital product multiplied by a low-cost acquisition equals sales, okay? So when we're talking about a digital product, we're just talking about packaging up your knowledge and turning it into a product digitally, okay? And then it's just about buying low cost traffic, okay? Buying the buyers, right? So you got to acquire your customers online, and we're going to show you how to do that at a very low cost, and that then gives you your sales. All right, so this is the formula. Okay, you should write that down, because every single person that I just showed you in the previous screen, all of our customers, 250,000 people, including myself and my business partners, this is the formula that we have followed. This is what's got us to $50 million in sales online, and that's how we've managed to do this, right? This is the formula we followed to win awards in the UK for being one of the fastest growing companies in the country. All right, and I'm going to show you how this formula can apply to you, and we're going to show you how to nail this formula down. Okay. So before we carry on, just some quick housekeeping, okay? So right below this video, you're gonna see there's a button that you can click to book a time to talk with us, right? If you wanna get some help in actually implementing some of the stuff I'm talking to you about, you wanna get the kind of results that our customers have got, and you wanna kind of emulate the success that we've had, we can help you by putting together a roadmap to go and launching your first digital product online and scaling it out. We can give you the roadmap and the blueprint to do that. Now look, there's only a couple of spaces on these. We get calls like this all the time. We get booked up really quickly. So if you are seeing a button under this video, that means there are opportunities and there are spots open for you. If there isn't a button under this video, it means that opportunity is gone. Okay, so if you do see that button, make sure you click it now, because it means that there's an opportunity there for you to actually kind of jump on and do that. All right, so cool. Now that we got that out of the way, let's jump into the cash booster formula. Customer acquisition multiplied by conversions multiplied by margins equals profit. So when we're talking about customer acquisition, we're talking about buying your customer, right? And typically we're looking for hungry buyers. What that means is we're looking for a specific type of person that is interested in the type of product that you've got to sell. So let's say you've got a weight loss product. We would go and find 100 people that are interested in losing weight. We would call that a hungry buyer, right? Somebody that wants to actually go and buy the thing that you're looking for. So let's say we go out and we essentially go and acquire 100 different people to come to your sales page or your marketing page, right? So we've got 100 people that come and check out your offer. And out of those 100 people, you might get a 10% conversion rate. Now, on your margin, or the money that you make per sale, you could be making $2,000 per sale. So these are just numbers as an example, right? Now, at a 10% conversion on 100 people, you would be making 10 sales. So 10 new sales at $2,000 would net you $20,000, right? That's before any expenses, of course. So let's say it only costs you $100 to get those 100 people to come and check out your product. That means that you've essentially just spent $100 to make $20,000, right? So what it means is that we make the following, right? So imagine it's only cost us $100 to get 100 hungry buyers, right? So once we actually subtract that marketing spend from the gross profit, it means that we're actually making $19,900 after our marketing spend. That is a tremendous amount of money, right? Imagine spending $100, making $19,900 of pure profit and doing very little work as a result. Or now, how about you imagine spending $500, right? Let's spend $500, 5 times the amount. We're multiplying that profit by 5. So instead of that $19,900, we're actually coming in at $99,500 in one single launch. And you get to keep all of that as it's just net profit, right? Guys, this is insane, right? Most businesses don't even do this kind of money, this kind of profit in a year, okay? Like most businesses actually fail. But if you follow this really simple formula, then you can pretty much tap into an unlimited amount of profit in your business and crazy margins, right? Essentially, what we're talking about here is almost a 100% profit margin, right? So I'm not going to say it's a true 100% profit margin, because essentially we are having to spend a little bit of money on advertising, but essentially this is as close to a 100% profit margin that you're ever going to get. And I know you've probably never thought of this idea before, because you might be at an offline business, you might have physical elements to your business where you've got different kinds of expenses and things that you got to cover off. But this is the beauty of digital products, right? It's unmatchable. You're not going to be able to do this in any other industry, right? And this is why being online, that digital marketing place, is the golden opportunity of a lifetime. This is the best moment in the history of being online, and probably in the history of our existence, that you're able to make this kind of money, this kind of profit as a business. It's absolutely insane. So hopefully you can see how exciting of an opportunity this is, right? Imagine you as a single person or a small local team without needing a massive team or loads of overheads or huge marketing budgets, right? You're not ever going to have to do any face-to-face stuff. There's no one-on-one delivery. There's no actual physical delivery at all. You'll be able to work a lot less hours and make more money consistently, creating $100,000 launches time and time again, right? Just because you implement this formula one time. And remember, it's repeatable and it's scalable. Okay, so look, here's my question for you. How would you like to have consistent $100,000 launches exactly like what I've shown you there and increase the cash in your business instantly by selling your insider expertise online using digital zero cost products, right? Exactly what we've been talking about here. And you'll be doing it using simple emails, simple advertising, and without ever having to worry about time consuming deliverables, right? Because this is not an offline business, this is online. Look, if you're nodding along right now and you're saying yes right now, then you're in the right place, right? You're in the right place and you're with the right person, because I'm going to share with you the 3 secrets to creating an insider expertise digital product, getting hungry customers, and scaling with low cost paid advertising, right? And even if you have like absolutely no idea where to start, even if you're completely new to creating information-based products, information sharing online, then it doesn't matter, right? I'm going to show you how you can do this without absolutely any experience of doing this before. All right, so here we go. Are you ready? Because I am absolutely pumped to start jumping into this, right? So here we go. The 3 secrets to boosting your traditional business's cash flow and having a $100,000 profit on launches using your insider expertise, right? So let's have a look at the 3 secrets. Secret number 1, the winning zero deliverable product. Now, look, in the past, here's what you would have probably have had to have done, right? You would have had to have offered a one-to-one service, right? So either you'd be on site with somebody, or you might even be virtual, like over a Zoom call or something like that, or over the phone, you might be delivering some consulting. But essentially, you'll have some sort of physical work involved where you have to work with someone, right? You'll be exchanging your time for money. And essentially, that's preventing you from scaling because there's not that many hours in a day, right? There's only 24 hours in a day, and you've got to sleep, you've got to spend time with your kids, you've got to, do things that are fun as well. You can't just work 24 hours in a day, unfortunately. You can only work with so many people in one day, and you're going to end up getting exhausted. Now, look, I know where you are. I know what kind of personality you're going to be. You're going to be an ambitious person, right? So in your mind, you're probably thinking, well, I'm going to work as much as I can in that day. And unfortunately, you are going to work really, really hard and probably experience burnout because you want to work with more people, you want to make more money. And look, I get it, right? I've been there before, but look, let's be honest. If you can't take enough people on, you can't make more profit, right? You're gonna have this ceiling that you always end up hitting. And if you don't make enough profit, you're gonna end up kind of burning yourself out, and you're not gonna be lasting very long in your business because eventually you're gonna slow down. So that's not really the way to go, right? Like, that one-to-one kind of way of doing business is very, very capped. And I know a lot of people in coaching businesses offline that experience this, right? PTs and fitness trainers, that kind of thing. People that work with people in other medical businesses and stuff like that. I know lots of different types of people that do this type of work, and maybe you're one of those people, right? And look, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but you are capped at what you're going to be able to do. Now, in the past, here's what you've probably been doing, right? You would have had some kind of one-to-one service that you would have been doing either virtually, or you might have been doing it on site, like in a center or whatever. If you're a fitness trainer, you'll probably be working with people in the gym and that kind of thing. And essentially, you're charging people per hour, right? You're exchanging your time for money. And unfortunately, that's preventing you from scaling because there's only so many hours in a day, and you probably end up experiencing burnout and a lot less profit than you probably could. Because, at the end of the day, I know you're probably an ambitious person who wants to work as much as they can. But look, there is so many hours in a day, you can't burn yourself out. And unfortunately, you end up wasting time, and you end up hearing a lot of no's, right? Because, at the end of the day, it might be a case where either you're not getting enough people through the door, so you're not filling up your day. That's one problem. Or you've filled up your day and you've got to hear the no's from yourself because you can't actually take in more people, right? So you're going to be capped. Your ability to scale is capped. And unfortunately, there is only so much you're going to be able to do. But there is another way to do this. There's a new way, right? Where you save time and energy and you make more profit by doing less work. You serve more people from that one-to-one delivery model that you're in by moving into a one-to-many product, right? So the way that we do that is we can do it by selling digital products, right? So, and a digital product can be things like a course, it can be pre-recorded kind of digital content that you've created, right? And there's a lot of different ways that you can do this, and we can dive into this in a little bit. And this is the thing. If you look at the left-hand side, what you're seeing here is a one-to-one kind of level meeting where somebody's working with someone in a space where they're sitting next to them or that kind of thing. And maybe it's on the phone or whatever, but that is essentially selling your time, right? You are having to physically do some work live in that moment to kind of make that money. On the right-hand side, you've got somebody going through a course where they've already recorded that content, and you can basically watch that content online, you've already recorded it, so you don't have to be there anymore, right? You don't have to be there kind of delivering that. Or if you are delivering it in that moment, you could deliver it to hundreds or maybe even thousands of people at the same time, right? So if you did like a webinar with someone and you had, like 100 people on there or 500 people on there, those 500 people could have paid you once for that time that you're spending, rather than on the left-hand side when you're just spending, where that person might have paid you for an hour of your time, but you could only work with that person, right? So, the biggest thing with this is that you're taking a lot less time, you're using a lot less of your time to make that money. And as I'm sure you can see, it really is that easy and it really is that simple, right? You don't need to be limiting yourself to one client at a time. You can have an online course and serve an unlimited number of people at the exact same time. It's pretty amazing, and it's incredible how far we've come in the world with technology, right? And it really is that simple, okay? So look, here's a common misbelief that a lot of small businesses have. What they normally think is that offering a one-to-one service has a lot more impact and it has a lot more value. But this is far from the truth, because when you have people who have 24 access to your digital products, to your digital knowledge in a video format, it actually builds up more rapport with you, because it's like they have you on hand. They can watch your stuff whenever they want. They can kind of engage with you whenever they want. Any time for your expert advice. They'll appreciate you for it, rather than having to chase you down to get their questions answered, like, coming in to see you or ringing you up on the phone. They can dive right into your courses whenever they need it. And, when there is a bigger challenge and they do need to speak to you on the phone, they can reach out to you, and then you can charge even more money, right? You can charge higher prices for the interaction you're having on that one-to-one level now. Because look, I know a lot of PTs, for example, like fitness trainers, who charge like $100 or maybe $80 for a session. Now, when you go online, you can actually create digital courses that teach people how to get in shape. And you could charge $150 to $200 for a digital course like that. So imagine how much more money you would make by having a digital course rather than just doing one-to-one sessions, right? So don't be the business owner who falls into the trap of trading time for money. Understand that when you don't do one-to-many, you're doing yourself a disservice. You're doing your customer a disservice, because you're not delivering the best kind of experience that you can, especially in this day and age, right? So we can change that right now. Before I carry on, remember, if you're excited and you want to get on board with this strategy and you want to jump into this kind of thing, then make sure you click the button below. All right, you're going to see a button somewhere below this video where you can book your time to talk to us, right? And we can help you map out a strategy just like this one to help bring your insider expertise into a digital product, right? We can go and help you build that first product and scale it up and actually start generating this kind of cash in your business. Okay, so make sure you click the button below this video if you want to jump on a call with us and do that, right? So cool. Secret number 2, make sure you write this down, right, is the unlimited low-cost acquisition strategy, right? How do you turn strangers on social media into hungry buyers by filling up your acquisition list? So when we look at how you might have been doing this the old way, right, you would have had to waste a lot of time and energy with networking and cold calling, and essentially all of this stuff ends up leading to no sales, right? Look, nobody wants to be cold calling, right? It's absolutely exhausting. Nobody wants to be networking all the time or going to multiple events every week. It's tiring, right? And it wastes a lot of time. All that ends up happening is you hand out some business cards and then nobody follows up, right? It ends up just being a good old time out and hanging out with people, right? Which is nice and it's great, but you could be spending that time with your family, with your friends, or with your kids or whatever, right? Doing something more valuable with your precious time, right? So we don't want to do it the old way anymore. We want to do it the new way, right? The new way is you save time and money by promoting CTA videos, right? Call to action videos with paid media. Now, what that means is you're basically showing people a piece of video content, like an advertisement online, that is telling them to do something. You're getting them to buy something from you, right? You put together a sales funnel, right, online to get traffic from any social media platform that you want. And that's where your buyers are normally hanging out. So when you look at like Facebook or YouTube or Instagram, this is where all your buyers are, right? So what you do is you go and create a really simple video that gets people to take some kind of action. So you do a call to action in your video where you say, hey, I provide XYZ service and I want you to come and check it out. So all the people that are interested in your service online, when you target them through these platforms, they'll come along and they'll buy your stuff, right? This is where all the buyers are hanging out. So you can convert this traffic to buy now, or you can add them to your email list and you can, kind of covertly sell them by using the principle of storytelling, right? Now, this is the kind of stuff we talk about, in our kind of higher end training, where we show you how when you're collecting emails from people online, you can basically use email marketing to tell them stories and get them to buy your products in a very simple and soft approach. You don't have to do cold calling and things like that, right? And this is the big thing when you're online, right? You want to be building your email list. This is like a massive part of running an online business. You don't need a website. You don't need to be wasting time and money on building up massive websites, right? All you need is a simple low-cost media ad You need to fill up your pipeline, fill up your funnel, and then get them on an email list. And that's it. Once they're on your email list, you essentially send them some emails and you send them to your digital products, right? That's pretty much the process, right? Get them from paid advertising, fill up your contact list, market to them, and then they buy your stuff. That's all you need to do. So let's jump to secret number 3. If you're enjoying this, make sure you give yourself a little pat on the back, give yourself a little fist pump, right? Like, give yourself a little in your inner voice to say, yes, I'm enjoying it, right? Really, really get yourself into it, right? So secret number 3, the winning irresistible offer, right? I'm going to show you how to create a no-brainer marketing message that's going to have your customers opening their wallets up for you and thanking you for it, right? I'm going to show you how they actually be thankful for spending money, right? So look, let's go to the old way. Now, if we think about the old way, you would have had to have had expert selling skills, right? Now, look, not everybody is a salesperson. Not everybody has the skills to do this, right? Like, I'm not a very good salesperson, right? But back in the day, in the old way, you would have to persuade people. You'd have to persuade your customers and clients to buy from you in the hopes that somebody's going to give you some money, right? You'd have to do sales calls, negotiations, long proposals. You'd have to spend hours and hours on preparing for calls and that kind of thing. What a complete waste of time, right? Honestly, I can't understand how people still do this to this day and in this age, because there's such a better way to do this, right? You don't have to burn yourself out on the phone trying to make these calls in that way. There's a much simpler way, and this is how you do it. So the new way is to create a high perceived packaged product that showcases the value to the target customer, right? Offering exactly what they're looking for. There's no point trying to sell stuff to someone that isn't looking for the product that you've got, right? So if somebody's trying to lose weight, there's no point trying to sell them trainers. If somebody's trying to improve their mindset, there's no point trying to sell them something completely different, right? You want to sell them exactly what they're looking for. And that's the beauty of being online, is you can do that, right? Know what problems they're looking to solve and emphasize what happens if they don't solve those problems with your digital product. Yeah. So what happens if they don't solve the problem? What happens if they don't lose weight? What happens if they, don't figure out how to make more money, or don't do this or don't do that, right? Whatever it is your product does, whatever benefits your product has, you're able to basically dial in your messaging into your kind of advertising to explain these things to them. It's really, really quite powerful stuff. And then in addition to that, you can create an offer stack, right? Which means you can basically give away additional items to your customer. You can give them even more stuff that essentially costs you very little to create, right? And by doing that, by giving them additional items, by giving them add-ons or upsells, you can make even more money. You can make a lot more money out of this by spending no extra time on actually delivering any extra services. You'll essentially now have zero cost products providing high value to your customers by offering them exactly what they can't resist, right? You're giving them stuff that they literally need, right? So that's all this is, right? You're building high value products that you know that they need. They can't resist these products because you know that's what they're looking for because of the way you're targeting online. And then you give them a really cool special offer. You give them an offer to go and buy that thing, and then you give them upsells and additional items to buy along the way. That's really pretty much how simple it is. So here is the magic question, right? Can we help you? Can we help you to do this for yourself? Would you like me and my 8-figure team here to help you create, launch, and scale a digital insider expertise product from scratch and help you make those, help you develop those $100,000 profit launches in 90 days or less? And remember, this is all without needing any of that complex technical stuff like a big website or overpriced software or even any kind of past online marketing experience. If you're already a small business owner, right, who wants to boost their cash flow consistently and repeatedly to sell zero cost products and scale with low cost paid media, well, then this is the perfect opportunity for you. Now, what I want you to do is stop what you're doing right now and listen to this part really, really carefully, right? We have a 90-day Expert Academy coaching program. It's a brand new program, and it helps you to create, launch, and scale your digital insider expertise product to have $100,000 launches, just like we do on a consistent basis, right? Over the next 90 days, me and my 8-figure team are going to hold your hand, and together we're going to create your first insider expertise digital product, an irresistible offer using our proven high converting expert product launch formula, the same formula that we've used to generate over $50 million online, right? And launch your cash boosting products to get high profit and cash into your business, right? We want to make sure you're getting cash into your business. This is what this is all about, right? This isn't about building pipelines and all of that. This is about straight putting cash in the bank, right? So from today onwards, I want you to start selling your expert advice online, get leads and customers, and scale to 6 figures in cash flow so you can have more freedom in your life and pursue the things that you actually want to do. So here's how the program works, right? And over the next 90 days, this is essentially what it's going to look like for you. Now, my mission is to build your insider expertise digital product, launch it to your current list, which they'll thank you for, right? And get your customer acquisition list building on autopilot so that you can scale to $100,000 launches in the next 90 days or less. And look, if you don't have a current list at the moment, it doesn't matter again, because we're going to help you build that acquisition list on autopilot. So even if you don't have that list, it's absolutely fine, right? And there's no secrets held here. Yeah, we're not going to hold anything back. There's no secrets between us as we show you our exact launches, right? So we're going to show you the exact launches that we've actually done. We're going to show you case studies of the ones that we've done and how we've gone on to generate hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars with single launches. And also, we're going to reveal our exact paid media campaigns, right? So we're going to show you exactly the type of ads and things like that that we've ran and the same offers that we've created that have converted strangers into straight cash flow, right? So look, there's going to be live weekly mentorship from our 8-figure team. So that's going to be from myself, my business partner, Jamie, and also internal business advisors that we've got in the business as well. We're going to be offering you 24/7 support. So it's private communication. We've got a private Discord group where our high-level business owners are pretty much mingling with one another. There's lots of people in there right now, and it's really, really a great place to be if you want to network with other people, but also just to get that additional help along the way, right? So there's always support there for you. There's also step-by-step, easy-to-follow video training, right? We've got a full course that pretty much comes along with this coaching program that's going to enable you to actually go through that content in your time, right? Remember, look, we practice what we preach, right? This isn't just something that we just kind of like throwing on you. We do create digital products ourselves. We've got digital courses ourselves. If you go and Google us, Google me, Joey Soto, Google Viddyoze, you'll go and find all the digital courses that we've created. We've been doing this for a long time, right? So you're going to see all of that stuff in this training. You're going to see case studies and all that good stuff, right? So there's a lot of value in this program. Now, look, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. We're not going to be doing this again, right? This is a program that we've rolled out exclusively to our internal clients, but for a short period of time. We want to bring in more people. We want to work with more businesses. Times are tough at the moment, and the way that the world is moving at the moment is quite a difficult time. So, for us, this is a great opportunity to work with great talented people, great business owners that we can help to scale up in the digital world, right? Now, we want to build that expertise for you guys. We want to help you guys do that, but we're not going to do this forever, right? Look, you might have some questions that are kind of unanswered, so I'm going to clear everything up right now. Do I need to have an online presence or have a big customer list to get started? Now, you don't need to have any kind of presence online. You don't need any kind of list. We help you to start from scratch, right? Look, we've been doing this ourselves for a long time. We've done it from scratch ourselves. I remember when I started, I literally didn't have any brand. I didn't have any company. I didn't have anything, right? But then I ended up building a company that's got 250,000 customers. So, we know how you can start from scratch, and that's what we're going to do. So next one, you might be wondering, do I need to spend a lot of money to get started? Well, the answer is no, not really. You don't have to spend loads of money to start this business. You won't need to have any additional overheads to kind of selling these kinds of products, right? Unlike, the offline world where you have to go and buy stock and all of that kind of thing, you don't need to do that, right? You're just selling your advice, you're selling your expertise, so there are no overheads. All you need is a very small budget for paid media advertising, right? That's all you need to do. But the cost is going to be low. We're doing low acquisition here, okay, to help you kind of build your list and go from there. You also now might be thinking, do I need to have a website or a social media presence? Well, no. In fact, you don't have to have any of these things. You can launch a digital insider expertise product without ever needing a website or ever needing any social media following, right? I know a lot of coaches out there who have only got like 20 followers on their Instagram account, but they're making millions of dollars a month by selling their coaching, right? So look, this isn't something that you need to have any kind of presence for. So don't let that be a deterrent for you to not take up this opportunity, right? So the next one is, well, what if I miss the calls? Well, it doesn't matter if you miss the calls. We have a private membership area where we record every single coaching call that we do. We kind of interact with our students and we interact with other people that are kind of on these calls. So you're going to take a lot of value from those. And look, if you can't make the calls, all you got to do is submit your work to our kind of support team, and then we can actually go through your work on the call. We'll record it, and then you can go and watch that recording back, and we'll cover all your work off in that recording, right? So yeah, you might not be able to ask us questions live, but you can speak to us in Discord. You can speak to us by email. We're always going to be there and be able to help you whenever you need it. Okay. So look, on this page, you're going to see that there's a button around this video. It will take you to a Calendly page where you can sign up. You can just enter your details there, answer a couple of questions, and then that's going to set you up for a Zoom call where you're going to be able to speak to one of our experts on the phone, one of our specialists. It could be myself as well. It could be my business partners. And we're going to talk to you about the plan and how we can help you to get your first digital product out there, right? And look, we're so confident that we could help you that we're going to make this completely risk-free, okay? We're really, really confident that we can help you. And I know that's kind of crazy that we're going to do this, but we are going to kind of double your coaching if you don't get an ROI in 90 days or less. Okay, so if we go into 90 days and you haven't made any money, we will literally give you an extra 90 days of coaching for no extra money, right? It's literally a no-brainer. You'd be insane to miss this out because the amount of money that people spend to kind of work with us in this fashion is quite a considerable amount. So, we would essentially be putting our time on the line, putting our name on the line and our brand on the line by allowing you guys to work with us for an extra 90 days to make sure you actually go and make money with this thing. And if you are, kind of one of these people that we can work with, we're going to make sure that we turn you into our next dream client, right? Like at the end of the day, we want to kind of make really, really great kind of stories with the program that we've got. We want to create great case studies with the people that we work with. And that's what we want to do with you, right? We're looking for people that can become our dream clients, right? This is your last chance, right? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for you to take your business to the next level with Expert Academy. Make sure you apply now. It's a brand new offer, and prices are going to go up in the future because the program is great, and the more case studies that we create, the more expensive it's going to become, right? But you've got an opportunity right now to be one of those kind of founding people that come into this program to really take advantage of it, right? So look, there's no more waiting around. Click the button below, speak to us on the phone, and let's see how we can help you grow your business today.